The Sonic Adventure games are amazing games. Even in 2024, I believe they are amazing games. And I thought, why not make a video on things I like about these games? I won't be going over everything just in case there's that one person out of the entire mix that has never played the games and are willing to give it a shot. So, without further ado, let's begin. Now, before we actually start talking about the games, I felt it only appropriate that I explain how I got into Sonic and what the Adventure series means to me. If you don't care about this, however, you can go ahead and skip to the time on the screen now, but if you do care, let's continue. So, being born in the year 2000 and coming from a family that didn't have any money at all, my first experience with Sonic was from a Sega 2004 plug-and-play system. It was essentially a system that had a red controller and a black box, which had color codes on the end. You plugged that into the TV and it took 4 AA batteries. Now, it usually comes preloaded with a bunch of games, and mine came with a few games. I remember Echo the Dolphin, Columns, Game Ground, and of course, my personal favorite, Sonic the Hedgehog 2. Me and my older brother sat there and played that little plug-and-play console till the buttons broke off. We fell in love with Sonic. We had no other game like it. Then again, we had a plug-and-play system with only 6 games on it, and one of them being Sonic, so didn't really have that many options. Now over the years, me and my brother did eventually get a PlayStation 2, as well as a Nintendo GameCube. And it allowed me to branch out and play games I had never played before, like the Jak and Daxter series, as well as the Sly Cooper and Crash Bandicoot series, which are all phenomenal series, and I still play them to this day. Me and my brother were also very fond of our GameCube. We played games such as Super Mario Sunshine, Mario Kart Double Dash, Sonic Riders, the multiplayer of Shadow the Hedgehog, and they were great. Well, Shadow was alright, I guess. There was one game, however, that I remember playing. You see, I was a robot Sonic racing my brother in a green foresty looking area while he was the real Sonic. Now, when I asked my brother about this, he had no memory of it. He said we never played a game like that. So, did I just conjure up a fake Sonic game that never existed? This is what I thought. I chalked it up to just being my imagination. Or so I thought. A few years later, as we started entering the early 2010s, I found out about YouTube and proceeded to watch as many Sonic related things as I could, from Let's Plays to shorts, you name it, until I stumbled upon one YouTuber who was the answer to this long forgotten memory of racing my brother as a robot Sonic in that foresty area when he was the real Sonic.
Aloha everybody, it is I, the Great Clement, and ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving on to what is still, as of today, my favorite 3D Sonic game ever. We are moving on to Sonic Adventure 2.
Before we continue, I want to say thank you to the Great Clement for allowing me to use some of his clips in my video today. Thank you, sir, you are awesome. This YouTuber by the name ClementJ64, or better known as the Great Clement, started his Let's Play of Sonic Adventure 2, a game in which I thought I had never heard of, and like any small child would be, I was glued to his videos until one episode in particular would be the answer to everything.
Like, the Lightspeed Dash isn't just for getting over obstacles, it can also give you cool tricks and stuff.
I remembered staring at the monitor of my grandmother's Windows Vista desktop just in awe. This was the game. It had to be, right? Well, I had my doubts at first, until after the playthrough when he made an episode showcasing the multiplayer.
It's not Shadow's voice. Yes. This is the first game Shadow is ever in.
Now, even though he never showed off the green foresty area in his multiplayer video, I was ecstatic. This was the game I was remembering, the game I was looking for. I begged my mother to buy me this game, and she didn't. And it wasn't because we didn't have the money to do it, it was mainly due to the fact that we couldn't find it anywhere. Seriously, this game was hard to come by. It wouldn't be until several months later that my grandmother took me and my friend to Edward McKay's Used Books and More. It was essentially a bookstore that sold stuff other than books as well, and we found a copy of Sonic Adventure 2 Battle just sitting on the shelf. We picked it up, she bought it for us, and when we got home, me and my friend played that game for hours. As for Sonic Adventure, I actually had no connection to that game, and I wouldn't for a long time, not until I was able to get it on Steam, which I've also come to love. So let's talk about them. I want to start off by saying that I'm not going to talk about the story in these games, just in case after all these years someone still has not played them. Also, this is not a review, it's just a way for me to talk about why I love these games. I'll start off by talking about what I like about the two games together. For starters, the obvious, the music. Sonic games, regardless of whether you like them or hate them, tend to have amazing music. from the funkiness of the Genesis tunes. To the heavy-hitting rock in the future games. Sonic has always had good music, and Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are no different. There is one issue though that both games face, and that's the music being too loud in some cutscenes, and unfortunately there's no way to fix that. I mean, maybe there's a mod for the PC version, but if you're on GameCube or Dreamcast, there's no way to fix it.
Bit of a pilot to just crash like that.
That was a test run using a new prototype.
That's a Chaos Emerald, wasn't it? But there's no way we could have activated the Chaos Control.
There are 6 playable characters in each game, however the characters in Sonic Adventure 1 all play differently from one another, and some only have 3 or 4 levels. As Sonic, you reach the goal. As Tails, you race Sonic to the goal. As Big, you fish for Froggy. As Amy, you run from a killer robot. Not all characters are similar, which I actually like because it opens up the gates for people who all have different playstyles. Like I said before, there are 6 characters in each game, and in Sonic Adventure 2 they copy one another. So, Sonic and Shadow are the same, Tails and Eggman are the same, and Knuckles and Rouge are the same. Only 3 gameplay styles for simplicity, which I prefer. However, I don't dislike the Sonic Adventure gameplay styles, I really like them, except for Big the Cat. The control in these games are great. Sonic in both games controls great, and he's super responsive. I never had an issue guiding him wherever I wanted to go. His gameplay is pretty much the same in both games, along with Knuckles and Tails, at least in Sonic Adventure 1. He has a different playstyle in Sonic Adventure 2, where he's controlling a mech, though I prefer Tails outside the mech like in SA1. But like I said before, the characters in these games feel nice to control. They're super responsive, and I don't feel stiff at all. But what about the Egg Walker and the Tornado levels? They're fine. I've never faced an issue with controlling Eggman or Tails in Sonic Adventure 2. They feel like an arcadey shooter. At least to me they do. I will say that the voice acting hasn't held up all that well in both games. It's extremely apparent in Sonic Adventure.
That was a test run using a new prototype propulsion system. It's got a few bugs to iron out.
Another thing I love about these games that I wish Sonic Team would bring back are the Chow Gardens. Chow Gardens are areas where you could hatch and raise virtual pets known as chows. And admittedly, I never used the Chow Gardens in Sonic Adventure, however I did use them a lot in Sonic Adventure 2. You typically find a chow box in the levels that you play, which will drop a key. If you beat the level holding that key, you will be brought to the Chow Garden. Now you can do all sorts of things here, like take your chow to kindergarten, use the illegal black market, level up their stats with animals and tubes you collect from the levels, teach your chow karate, use the illegal black market, train your chows to win races to fuel your gambling addiction. Did I mention the black market? Trust me, there's quite a few things to keep you busy in Chow World. Depending on the character you use to raise your chow also determines if they become a dark or light chow, and it will actually unlock 2 more Chow Gardens for both variants, one being the light garden and the other one being the dark garden. Overall, I really enjoyed the Chow Garden, and even if Sega never adds another one in a mainline game, at least give me a mobile app. Now in the original Sonic Adventure, you actually navigate multiple hub areas while playing through the story mode, and I gotta say, I love this. It would have been super cool to see SA2 do something similar, though not sure how that would work, being that there were so many different areas SA2 actually has in the storyline, but whatever. The hub areas in Sonic Adventure 1 have really cool landmarks, things you can see like the Master Emerald Shrine, and also you can walk around the entire egg carrier. It's actually something Sega would bring back in Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Unleashed. Sonic Adventure 2 also has multiplayer as we established, and it's amazing. You have 4 different game types: action races, where you would pick a speed type character and race to the goal, treasure hunting stages, where you would try to find more Master Emerald pieces than the other player, and mech battles, where the 2 players would fight to destroy each other's mechs, and a kart racing mode, which I didn't find all that enjoyable. While playing each mode, if a player collects rings, they are given an attack ability that they can use on the other player, like Sonic Wind, Chaos Spear, and of course Amy Flash. I believe Sonic Adventure 2 has the best multiplayer in the series, and I would love to see it make a return in a future game. And last but certainly not least, in Sonic Adventure 2, if you 100% the game, you actually unlock Green Hill Zone as an extra bonus stage. And admittedly, the only thing that was stopping me at first was the Tails and Eggman missions. I could never get A ranks in every single mission. However, thanks to the wonderful advice from the great Clement,
Some people actually get confused by Weapons Bed because they'll get a gigantic homing combo. Like, they'll lock on to over 30 different robots at the same time while they're just standing around at the beginning of the level. And they might not get the A rank. And my personal tip for the mech sections has always been lock on to 11 enemies and then let go.
I was able to get the rest of the A ranks in the Eggman and Tails stages. And before you say, he downloaded an online save, here's all of the achievements I collected on both Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 on my Steam profile. It wasn't easy, and I have no life. But anyways, those are some things I loved about the adventure games. Again, I didn't include everything as to not spoil the games for those who still haven't played the game. I do believe these games are a bit janky at times, but I do believe they still hold up even today in 2024. Thank you again to Clement for allowing me to use some of his clips in today's video, and if you guys want to see more videos like this one, please let me know in the comments down below. What are some things you liked about the Sonic Adventure games? Let me know that as well. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in the next video. Just a little side note, I like Sonic Adventure 2 more than Sonic Adventure 1 just because Shadow's in it. Shadow's the best character. Thank you, bye.